Hi guys, welcome back to PBTV, and today we are looking at the Knight Armament Stoner from Classic Army. So a lot of people run various different LMGs, and this is one of the sort of be-all and end-all classics. Eugene Stoner, all the way from the original sort of Mark 63, all them sort of classic LMGs, and this is definitely one to contend with. The one thing I will say with this one, it is heavy. So obviously not loaded, no batteries, no BBs. This is about 4.8 kilos. It is full metal apart from a few accessories. So this thing, you are going to know about it running around with this thing. So a sling is probably highly recommended. We are going to start at the front, work our way back, and then we are going to take this up onto the range and show you how this thing throws rounds down range. Obviously, on the front, we have the barrel system and the rail system, but we also have the standard bird cage flash hide at the front. Underneath that, you have a 40mm counterclockwise thread. So if you are wanting a tracer unit on this and to chuck out as many laser beams as possible, definitely pick something that will comfortably go on the front of there. And again, with it being 40mm, you've got every single option going. Don't necessarily have to have tracers. You could have a dead air, you could put a mist tracer on there, you could put a muzzle flash system on there. Anything you want will fit. Coming back, we have the fixed front iron sight. This is a fixed front post. There's no adjustment on it. The only thing you can do is there is a grub screw there to simply remove it. So if you are planning on putting optics or lasers or torches on it and you have no interest in using the front iron sight, you can remove it but leave the gas block in place. There's a little dovetail, remove the screw and it will slide off. Coming back to the front rail system that we have here. This is probably where one of my very few irks with this platform comes in, is we do have the battery compartment in the front here. There are two ways to fit the battery. The not very easy way is to press this lever here, the front barrel assembly comes out, and you can pull your cables out, attach a battery, drop it back in, and try and sort of maneuver it into the bottom. The other way, which again is a little bit easier, but again a bit more of a faff, is again remove the barrel assembly and then remove the bolts to on the four corners or on the back, and then the whole rail assembly comes off. You can then attach the battery, fit it nice and neatly, so you will get a better battery placement most likely, but once you've set this up a couple of times, it is reasonably simple. But pressing this little lever here, the outer barrel assembly, the inner barrel and the hop unit do come out. You can remove them all, get the cables out or get them sort of sat in this bottom part just here. You can then fit, I've currently got a 1000 milliamp battery in here, so there is plenty of space. The entire lower compartment is designed to house a battery, but your limitation is the two little holes that the battery has to go through. It is a Tamiya connector, so there's a Tamiya connector for the battery and there is a joint Tamiya connector here. So if you are wanting to run Dean's, you could just swap out the actual link cable and then run a Dean's battery if you want, but out the box, this is Tamiya. We do have rails on the front here. Obviously, some of them are covered with the included rail panels. So there's a rail panel that side, and the grip that is attached is also included. So we do have standard rays on the top, left, right, and bottom. Again, this thing is full metal, so a grip, a sling, anything that you can do to make this a little bit more comfortable is going to help massively. So coming back to the back end here, this is a single piece metal receiver. We do have the top cover here. Opening the top cover, we can see the adjustable hot wheel here. So with this little catch that you can just see there, there's a little detent, that being at the top, and there is a bar at the bottom allowing you to guide this when you do take the barrel system out. Makes it a little bit easier to guide back in. Closing that down, give it a little tap and you are good to go. Very short bit of rail at the back if you are wanting to put an optic on here, normally something like an SRS or an EOTech at the back, and then you can have maybe a laser or a light at the front. Control-wise, very, very simple. On the left-hand side, we have safe and fire. That is it. So again, mag release isn't really a thing on here. We do have this holder here. So when you do attach the mag, the cable or the router for the BBs goes into the side of the gun, and this holds it on. It's held in by a little detent. It doesn't click in, it just sits there, and then this arm is what is holding that in place. The magazine itself takes a 9-volt battery, and there is a switch on the side here that goes from off to auto to NO, and also NO standing for noise. It is then buttoned up closed to keep it all safe and as waterproof as possible. Coming back, we do have the rear iron sight. Again, detented, flip these up and down as and when you need them. But again, if you're not wanting the iron sights, take the rear ones off and you can take the front ones off and just run some kind of an optic. When it comes to the stock, it does look quite short in its current configuration, but there is a button on the top allowing you to adjust this out into, I think there's about 6 different positions, but most of the time it's either going to be all the way in or all the way out, just so it's a little bit easier to maneuver. Out the box, we have just chronoed this thing, and for a full auto platform, you've got 1200 BBs in this, and we probably burnt through 60 to 70, and I didn't see more than a 2 FPS swing between 347 and 349. So this thing is knocking on the door of the limit as a full auto platform. And again, 60 BBs through that chrono in a constant stream, and not a single one in that burst went over the 350. They were just sat there flicking between sort of 347 and 349, which for a full auto platform, chucking out the rate of fire that this thing does is very, very impressive. As I said, it is quite heavy, so you are going to know about it when you're running around with it, but you've got the ammo to back it up. What is convenient as well is whilst the magazine is fitted, just here the door, this is where it fills up. So you can lock that open and you can literally pour BBs in whilst the mag is still fitted. So if you are wanting to chuck rounds down range, you can be bearing down on a target, get your oppo to just start pouring BBs into the side of your magazine, and then you've got an infinite size magazine and you don't have to worry about reloading. Obviously, we've said about the 40mm counterclockwise thread. We do have a 410mm inner barrel in here, and it is a 6.08 standard bore barrel. Again, this is an LMG. We're not overly looking for accuracy. You do want some accuracy, but you're not doing one-shot kills. You're trying to suppress an area, so having a little bit of spread is good, but you don't want to be spreading 10, 15 feet at whatever range. So we are going to go up and show you the rate of fire of this thing and how fast it can fire, but we won't be able to go out to our outdoor range because it is currently absolutely pouring it down. But we will get some footage with this thing very, very soon. Obviously, 1200 round magazine, you can get spare mags if you want to drop them out, but I do think the convenience of just being able to drop extra BBs in whilst the magazine's fitted is a better option. I'd love to see how people are going to trick these things up. I think most of the time when I do see these, they are kept quite bare bones. I've not really seen many with optics on. A lot of people just run them with the iron sights, suppress, and have a good go at it. So what we're going to do, we're going to load it up with some BBs, fill this mag up, we'll take it up to the indoor range, we'll show you how the magazine feeds and functions, and then we'll throw some rounds down range in its only firing option, which is full auto. So join me in a minute. Hi guys, so we are loaded up with some Eagle BBs, and if you look at the side of the mag here, you can see the switch. Currently in its off position, and obviously turning it on, it goes into an auto feed or a noise feed. We've made sure it's fully wound so you don't have to listen to that whilst we are firing, and we're just going to go into our only fire mode. Let's get the stock out a little bit, and this is the kind of firepower you can put down with a stoner. And it's just about there needing a bit more of a wind, so if this was on auto, it would just keep going and you have 1200 rounds in there. And as I said, if you've got an oppo that's willing, open that and just keep pouring more BBs in. So yeah, that's the Knights Armament GMP Stoner, Knights Armament Eugene Stoner 96. Let us know how you'd set yours up. As I've said, I'd probably just put a tracer on this and run it bare bones with just the iron sights and just chuck BBs down range. But let us know in the comments down below, and if that's everything for today, I'll catch you in the next one.